So at the very beginning of Modern Warfare 2, when I booted up multiplayer on launch day and inspected all the camos this game had to offer for the very first time, I thought that Orion was kinda underwhelming for being the top Mastery Camo. It was kinda dull, it wasn't really that eye-catching, while Polyatomic easily caught my eye as well as many other people's eyes. It was shiny and glossy, had this cool texture to it in the menus, and I'd questioned if I would even use Orion Camo and if the Orion Camo grind would be worth it. Well, fast forward a few months, I unlock Orion. I didn't really use it because I took a break from the game. So fast forward another month, Season 2 launches and improvements were made to the Orion Camo that had me reevaluating my opinion. In the Season 2 update, they increased the speed for the animation on Orion. It was originally animated at launch, but it moved as slow as molasses and you couldn't tell unless you really looked hard. Now the animation is fast enough where you can actually notice it. It's like a mini space nebula galaxy moving inside of your gun now, and it looks really cool. That was the only change that was noted in the patch notes, but I feel like they changed something else on top of that. It just seems brighter to my eye, like they maybe brightened everything up, or perhaps the faster animation cycles the brighter colors so they have more surface time and the camo just pops more now. I'm also wondering if they gave it a glossier finish. Now this could have been there from the start. I didn't really pay attention to Orion Camo until Season 2 to be honest, but either way that glossy finish adds this really nice polish to the camo. I also really like the non-space parts of the gun designs, the parts of the guns that are black and they have those like colorful topographical like engravings. They're like Damascus-esque little like colorful engravings on the gun. I really dig that part of the camo, especially when they could have just left that like pitch black or just like the normal looking texture for the gun. But they went as far as to animate those little Damascus-like engravings. It's just a sleek looking camo. Now comparing Orion directly to Polyatomic in my hands in game, it's no doubt in my mind now, Orion looks so much better in my opinion. Poly I think looks cool in the menus, but in game, Polyatomic is just duller. The design and texture is cool, but it just doesn't hit like Orion does. Now, if they want to buff Polyatomic in the near future, I think it would benefit from a reflective surface, give it like a metallic finish so it adds some more glimmer in game. Because I think the big letdown for me in game is there's a lack of contrast, where in the menus you have some really hard lighting and it really brings out highlights in the Polyatomic camo that contrast well with the darker areas. But in game it's just like one big conglomerate of purple, which is why I think a metallic finish would really help with that. But yeah, if you ask me now, I think Orion is definitely better, and I do think Orion is worth the grind. You only need an additional 25 headshots per weapon after you unlock Polyatomic, which is fairly easy to do and definitely worth your time. But the more important question is, what do you think? Which Mastery Camo is better, Polyatomic or Orion? I'm not really sure what the general consensus is. I've seen comments for both of these camos, although I feel like more for Poly in my personal comments, but I do wonder if opinions have changed as more players have unlocked both of these camos. So please leave a comment, let me know which camo you prefer. Don't forget to press like on this video, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.